One, baby. Hey, everybody. Jerome, B.F.A.M Cooking. We are here today to go back to the future. That's right. Back to basics. We're bringing you another Back to Basics episode. This time, what is it on? Chicken. That's right. Our old chicken friend. We're going to give you a nice, simple chicken breast that has been seared with a crispy skin. Guess what? Throw a little garlic and lemon, a little parsley on top of that into a nice little pan sauce. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for you to have it real soon. Coming at ya.
B.F.A.M here! B.F.A.M here!
Hey everybody. Okay, so today we're going to talk about back to the basics. What are we talking about back to basics? We're talking about chicken breast. That's right. I have some beautiful chicken breasts here. I got 4 in a nice little package. I had to debone them myself. I wanted the skin on. The reason why we need to, well, you didn't have to get them with the skin on. Well, actually you should get them with the skin on for this particular recipe. You don't need to debone them. You can have your butcher debone them, and I just debone them myself. What I do is you get these chicken breasts cut in half. You can rinse them with a little vinegar as suggested by one of the master chefs at Ice to us, and you may want to clean off this little bit of well, chicken. Take it off. If you don't care that you need to dress it, then you can just keep that piece, but you want to make sure the chicken is completely clean. There's no hard stuff going on like I have here. Have a little piece of hard, just whack that sucker right on off. Get it out of your way. Nice and clean. Feel around, make sure there's no hard bones if you deboned it yourself. All right, and the skin should be intact. Same thing for the other ones. Make sure they're completely, well, not hard. Let's put it that way. And the skin is intact. You want to cut off any excess skin that you may see flapping around there. If it's not on the meat, you don't want it. That's basically it. Cleaned, ready to go chicken. We're gonna salt it and then to give it a little bit of dry. So just hold on one second while I clean my hands. All right. Okay, so we have some salt, traditional kosher salt. Give it a little bit of dusting on the skin. You want to bring these up to basically room temperature. Just before you get ready to grill it, make sure it's nice and now that I touched it, I can only use the other hand for the salt. Try and get that skin dried. It's not gonna crisp up if it doesn't dry. So, don't be afraid of the salt. It's not gonna hurt. Most of it's gonna come off in the pan anyway. Just on this one side is all I care about right now. Salt. Give it a few minutes to dry out, and then we're gonna pat it dry and move on to the next step. Okay. All right, everybody. So we have our chicken drying right here. Set it off to the side. It's just gonna dry. Give it a few minutes, like 10, 15 minutes to dry on the skin, and then it's been salted and just gotta pat it dry. If you look at it right this second, it's starting to sweat a little bit from the salt that we put on top. We're gonna go and deal with some of the components while that's drying, some of the components that go into our sauce later. So we have a crap load of garlic. Crap load is a technical term for those of you who are not used to it. It means a whole lot of garlic. I'm going to smash it and now let's get mad. Smash it and mince it. We're going to put together a whole lot of garlic in this. We want a lot. This is for later, a little bit of prep work. Okay, so we got the garlic. My mother-in-law would say I need to own stock and paper towels because I go through so many. But hey, next up we got 3 shallots. 3 shallots. Why shallots? Well, they're slightly smaller than onions in general. They have a less onion flavor. They're small. I would suggest if you ever find a recipe that says a half an onion that you use a shallot instead, a whole shallot. In my house, I don't like to leave half an onion in the refrigerator, it just smells it up. So use a whole shallot. But in my case, we're going to use basically 1.5 onions or 3 shallots. Okay? And I've already tried to get most of the heavy skin off. Right now, we're just going to split it in half from heel to toe, cutting it directly in half. Then we'll take off the first layer of skin, makes it easier on us. And then we're going to cut down on it from the top to the bottom, but not all the way through. Cut off that first little bit because we don't need it. You could save that for your stock or whatever. And then we're going to take it towards the end of the knife and cut straight through as thin as we possibly can, holding the shallot together. And we are done with the prep work. Next up, a lemon. We're going to zest. Take the zest off the lemon. We only want to get the yellow part, not the white part. To do this, we're going to use our microplane. In our case, we have 2 sides. Here's a small side. And you just sort of get it so that it just comes off, just a little bit of skin of the onion. It's really where all of the, I consider the real fragrance of an onion to be at is of a lemon to be at is inside of this skin. I mean, I would use the zest over the juice. It sounds weird, but it really is where all the acid is that a lemon can give you. It is really fragrant. You obviously should get the best lemons you can. You should also wash them when you get them back from the store. You want to get it nice and clean. Don't lose any of that zest, it costs you money. And it's going to give our chicken a special flavor. Really bring it home sort of flavor of lemon. Lemon. And garlic, the amount of garlic we have there. Don't forget to scrape the back of the microplane to get all of it off. And we have the juice that we can also use later. But the zest of a lemon smells fantastic. We're going to pat dry the chicken, the skin. We're going to cook the chicken in a safflower oil in a stainless steel pan to get the skin nice and crispy. Okay, so we're going to put the chicken in slowly so that it splash away. Put it down. All right, so based on my trusty meat temperature measurement chart that I got from ThermalWorks, if you look down onto poultry, they say whole or ground, which is exactly what white meat should be, or legs or thighs, which happens to be dark meat. So the whole Temperature you're looking at is 165. That's the temperature you want to bring the chicken to. So internal temperature in the center, in the fatty part, just so you know. So it's fully cooked and approved by USDA. Put the chicken back, all the chicken back in now that you got seared, and you're gonna take it and stick it in the oven. Oven is preheated to 450. Take it out of here and stick the whole thing in. That's why you need a stainless or cast iron pan. You're gonna bring it up to that temperature, 165 internal, and then take it out. Should be between 10 and 20 minutes, depending on your oven. In the same pan, you're gonna add in the garlic or shallots, the lemon zest, in that very same pan where the chicken was. Leave the grease, leave all that goodness that's in the bottom, fond in the bottom of the pan. And you're gonna mix it and cook it down until it is translucent shallots. You're gonna add in some thyme. Next, you're gonna add in some chicken stock, and you're gonna want to reduce that by half so that you can make a nice saucy consistency. Also increase the flavor by intensifying that stock down. Make sure you have the heat on high in reference to this. You want to get it really reduced, so it'll take a little bit of time. As you can see, all the goodness there just cooking down, making a nice intense flavor for you. There you have it, garlic lemon sauce. Here you see the chicken served with rice, carrots, and parsnips. I had a great dinner. I hope you will too. Well, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. This has been Jerome, B.F.A.M. Cooking. See you next time.